Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are going to be doing a patriotic wreath. So we are taking this pre-made geranium wreath. It is beautiful already. It is so full and I love it, but we're going to add some elements to it and make it patriotic, okay? So this is a pre-made. It does already have a little hanger on it, so we're just going to be mindful of where this hanger is. I want to make sure that's up at the top and I remember where that is because that's the way it's going to be hung. So we want to design accordingly. Now this is a 24-inch geranium wreath base. We do have a few of these I think left in the shop, if I remember correctly. But we're just going to give it a little bit of glow up and we're going to make it patriotic for the season, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our bell added. So these are a new item in the shop and I'm dying to use it. So I unwrapped it or untied it. So we're just going to get it tied back in the center here. It's going to get noisy, so bear with me for a second. I want to see how far I want it to hang down. Okay, so I think right about here is good. So I'm going to get that tied off. So I have this tied. I'm going to cut the rope just a little bit. Love it. Okay, so I have it tied right in the center there. And that's going to be kind of our star is our little bell, and then we're going to add a floral. I'm not going to add a bow to this one. You definitely could if you wanted to, but I'm going to keep this all florals with our bell. We probably will not go in with another greenery. Normally I like to use at least 2 or 3 greeneries in a wreath, but our florals have little greenery bits with them. So we'll just use the greenery pieces from our florals to kind of tie in. Now there's a couple schools of thought on how we could do this. With the patriotic, we could do, red and white all the way around and then leave this section and do it blue. Or we can do red, white, and blue all the way around. I think for this one, I'm going to do red, white, and blue all the way around. But if you wanted to do the red and white stripe and then have this focused on the blue, you definitely could do that. But I think we're just going to mix it all the way around. I think it'll be pretty. Okay. So we're going to be using a couple different florals. We have a blue peony bush and a red peony bush. Okay, those are going to be our big florals for the red and the blue. And then I have this white sort of wild rose spray. So we're going to be those are going to be our larger floral heads. And then the pieces that are going to go with them is I have a white snowball spray. I have this little mini rosebud. So we're going to pair those. And then for blue, I'm going to pull in some berries. So I have some, if I can get it, I have some blueberries. Okay, so we're just going to kind of layer those together. And then on the peony bush, I already cut them up just so that you guys didn't have to sit there and watch me. But they come in this nice bush. And they have some fun little greenery pieces. So we're going to get these added as well. And then they have these little pieces with the little berries. So we'll incorporate those as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get and just kind of go in a circular pattern. So I'm going to start with my red peony here. And this base is like an angel vine. So it's going to be a little tougher to get some of those thicker stems in. And I want my florals coming out of this. I don't want it to get sucked in and hidden in our greenery. So we're going to keep our stems longer. So let's get some of our larger pieces first, and then we'll come back and add in our filler pieces. So I am spacing these, you know, a good little distance, not too much. Spacing those around. And we're just going to go in a circular pattern. So again, you know, about this much, however much you want to say it is. Let me get my measuring cup or my measuring stick out. You know, 4 inches, maybe, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get another red one. So we're just going to get our large floral pieces in first, and then we'll come back and start filling it in. I'm going to go ahead and cut this little greenery bit off of this one, and we will save it and add it later. This stem might be a little too long, but we'll see. Maybe I can push it in there. Good. There we go. I'm going to hit that one with just a little bit more glue. There we go. I'm going to give it a twirl here. Okay, so I'm going to finish going all the way around, and then we will be back. Gone around with our first layer of our larger stems, and let's see how many more buds we have. So I just really want to try to use one of each of these bushes. So we've got the little bits with the berries. We have our little fun greenery pieces. So is this all the red? Okay, so we have 3 larger red pieces and 2 buds. I think we'll just kind of alternate. See, red, white, blue, red, white, blue. It almost looks like it needs a red right there, but it's spaced evenly, so let me see if I want to fill it in a little bit more. I'm going to just kind of play with this for a second before I start gluing. We've got a couple of the blues left, so I'm going to see if I want to fill in another layer of these before we go to our smaller ones. I think I do. So make sure we have enough. I need another white. Do I have another white? Perfect. So we're going to go, I'm going to glue these in now. So we're going around. We've got enough to do. Oops. Another layer of these. And I think I'm just going to take my glue gun so I don't have to pull them out. I'll mind my head for a second. I'm just going to glue these. I'm going to glue these little pieces that we added in here. Okay, so we've gone in now with another layer. We've got 2 of our red buds. We still have another large floral head, but I think I'm going to set it aside for now. And we'll have 1 blue. I'll set that aside. We can use it as filler, but I want to keep our pattern consistent here. So let me see where we should have a little, oh, there it is. Well, we should have another little blue bud. I think I've lost it somewhere in all my mess over here. Maybe we don't. All right, so I got a couple of these buds, so we're going to fill these in. I'm going to go a little bit on the inside now with our buds. I really wish I knew where that other blue one was, because we should have one. Let me clean up let me cut off these little limbs. I'm going to clean up my space a little bit so I can see what I'm working with. Okay, I found my other blue buds. So we're going to just add these towards the center. We're going to space them out. I'm going more towards the center of the wreath. There we go. So this is what we have so far. I may bring that bail down just a hair. I may bring the bail down just a hair. We'll do that later. I think it needs to hang just a little bit. Yeah, I think I tied it off a little too short. So that's okay, we'll fix it. All right, now I have our fun little pieces with our berries. So I think I'm gonna go a little more on the outside with these. So in the same area, like where I had the red bud, I'm putting the blue berry piece. We have a blue bud. I'm going to put the red berry piece, but I'm going towards the outside. The bud, we went towards the inside. Okay, so red bud. So on the outside over here, I'm going to put this blue berry, blue bud, and I'm going to put my red berry. Now we have these fun little buds that came off. So we might can use those. We got, let me pull all the little bud pieces out. We've got some of these greenery. That's why I was saying we're going to have greenery from these flowers that we can definitely use. I think I'll wait and do the greenery at the end. So we have filler. So let's add these 3 little buds in here. I'm going to add them, I think, in between. So we have our red bud and our blue bud. I'm going to go sort of right in the center with this one that hasn't bloomed yet. And I'm giving them a bend just to get them how I want them. Okay, we only have 3, so we can't do every one. So I'm just going to put this one closer to the bud so that it looks more evenly distributed. So 1, 2, 3. So I just kind of put that one close to that bud there. Ooh, this is turning out pretty. All that geranium bush did all the work for us. So that's a good little tip, is if you see those pre-mades, especially if they go on sale, snag them up, because you can always take and, you know, beautify them. Give them a glow up. Make them super pretty. All right. Now let's go in with let's start with our red. So I have our little red mini rose pieces. So I'm going to go close to the red, but more towards the center on this one. So wherever I have a red peony sort of in between the peony and the blue, we're going to add these little roses. Push that one out just a little bit more. So we're going to start with the inside, and then we'll add a couple on the outside. And I'm not putting them flat on the wreath. They've got some height on them. Okay, so I've gone the inside. Let's add some now towards the outside. Okay, we've gone all the way around with those. Pretty pretty. Now let's do our white. So we have our little snowball sprays. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put these a little bit more in the center, just because I don't have as many of these. So I don't think we're going to have enough to go like on the inside and the outside. So we're just going to kind of cluster them like that. I think I brought, of course, I will have the supplies in the description of the video. But I think I'm using 3 of these. I'll have to count them up once I get my tags. Now these some of these are, because the stems are a little shorter, they're a little closer to the grapevine than the other ones. That's okay. Okay, so I've made it all the way back around. So now I've got a couple left. I will try to go on the outside a little bit with what we have left. Again, staying close to our large white florals. It doesn't have to be exactly right on it, but in the area, because we're kind of clustering them. Okay, I have 2 more pieces. I think I'm going to put a white piece on the inside here by this one. Let me look. I may save this last one for when we get it hung up. If I see any holes, and I'm definitely going to move this bell down just a hair, but I'll do it after the video. Okay, let's go in now with our blueberries. I'm going to do the same thing with our blue. We're just going to use berries instead of florals because I always like to, I mean not always, but I generally like to add a berry. I think they're fun. So we're going to add some blueberries in here. Next to our blue. So now that we are wrapping up Easter, I think by the time you guys watch this, Easter, well, this might actually post on Easter. So we'll be wrapping up Easter. Are you guys gonna decorate for, are you gonna start decorating Patriotic for Memorial Day? I guess that's our next big holiday. Do you guys decorate for Memorial Day or do you wait till 4th of July? Let me know. You know, a lot of people just wait for 4th of July. But I usually go ahead after Easter's over and I'll get out my Patriotic and I'll have it from right after Easter through 4th of July. And then it'll come down and we'll start either fall or Halloween. We kind of have that month of August where you really don't have anything, and then September comes around and you start decorating for fall. Which I haven't in the past really decorated a whole lot for fall. I had the kids in the house and they always enjoyed the Halloween. But now that we are empty nesters and we don't have kids at the house, I may decorate for fall this year. We will see. I don't really have any fall stuff, so I have to go buy it. So, or make it. Okay, so now I'm trying to go on the outside a little bit. Oops, here's one that's open. I got 2 pieces. So we might can get away with 2 if I don't open this last one. And get away with 2 blueberries sprays. maybe. I may go ahead and open the third just because I want. Oh, I have 2 pieces right in front of me. Y'all, I'm not with it today. So yes, I think we can get away with 2. Y'all, had to go to the dentist today. Get my teeth cleaned. It was an easy dentist appointment, just teeth cleaning. But it threw my day off. Are y'all like that? If you have to leave your work area and go do something and then come back to it, like it throws you off. Or for me it does anyway. I'm trying to get back in the groove. But it was time for teeth cleaning. With our move and everything, we got a little bit behind. And so I'm trying to get everything caught back up on our schedule with our doctor visits and our dentists and all that good stuff. So we found one close by, and so far we seem to like them pretty good. So that's good. I think that's one of the harder parts about moving is you got to find new providers, right? Get kind of comfortable with what you had. All right, so I misstocked the blueberries for there. So we've used, I believe, 2. Of course, I will add it up and let y'all know. But look how beautiful. Look how beautiful this is turning out. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, I'm going to drop the bell down a little bit more. I think maybe just an inch more is all it needs. Okay, now the last thing, so we've got all our florals and all that good stuff in. The last thing we're going to do is just kind of fill in. We have some of these fun little greenery bits that came off of our peony bushes. Okay, and then we have some of these fun leaves that came off of our roses. So we're going to just kind of fill in now. Fill in some spots where it looks like might need a little bit of love. And as I put these stems in, y'all, I give them a bend. I don't just leave them straight. Okay, I give them a little bend. I kind of make them go where I want them to go. So we're going to get a couple of these tucked here and there. All these glue strings, they drive me crazy. And y'all, I use the good glue. I use Gorilla Glue. That's all I use. But it does not like me. Or it doesn't like my glue gun. And I'm using a shear bonder, which is my favorite. And my glue pot, I have tried adjusting it. I've done like super hot. I've done medium. I've done low. And it doesn't matter which. Like right now, it's on pretty much as low as it can go. So it's a very sort of thick honey. I've done it more medium. Now, let me just turn it up a little bit. I've tried all the temperatures. I cannot figure out how to get it where I don't have so many glue strings. If y'all have the tips and the tricks and y'all can teach me something, please post it. I would love to not have to fight the glue string so much. Okay, so we've gone on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got 2 left. Let's just keep them on the inside because I don't have enough to go on the outside. So I'm going to put another one right here. And then maybe one right in here. There we go. So pretty. And y'all definitely could, if you wanted to add a big juicy bow, you could add a bow in here. I'm just going to keep it all florals, but it would look pretty with a bow too. All right, now our little leaves. So these little leaves are going to need to pick on them because when I clip them off of our flowers, the stem is not going to be where I'm going to be able to put it in this angel vine. So I am going to have to put these on a pick. And I'm very cautious when I work with picks in grapevines. I don't want them going through and hurt anybody. So I'm going to make sure that I get that pick in there really good, where it is not going all the way through the back. And it's not going to poke out and hurt anybody. Okay, so we're just going to tuck some of these here and there. So I'm going to get picks on these. I'm going to put on the little music. And y'all can chill out and just watch me as I just kind of place these around. I'm just going to look for holes. Nothing. You're not missing anything. We're just going to look for some holes. I'll probably leave maybe one or two so that when I get it hung up, I can fill in wherever I see. Because, you know, when you hang it up and you go to take the pictures, so if you sell, I recommend take your picture and then look at your photo. There are so many times, and even now, I've got stuff listed and I'll look at the photo and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go back and fix that. It's just, you know, getting me to actually go and do it is another thing. But when you look at the photos, you start to see, oh my gosh, I missed that. So, anyway, I'll get these added. We'll be back. Okay, y'all. Here is our beautiful Patriotic Wreath with our little bell hanging in the center. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. Isn't that beautiful? I think it turned out gorgeous. And that pre-made wreath base really saved us a lot of time. Our base was ready to go. We just added in our florals and our bell. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new to our channel, first off, welcome. And we would love to have you subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. And if you are interested in learning more about silk floral design, whether it be wreaths, centerpieces, arrangements, swags, all the things, we do have a private membership group. We have a little bit more detailed instruction in there. We have guest designers, some business tips and tricks and all the things. So we would love to have you. There will be a link down in the description of the video that has information on that. So be sure to check it out. And until next time, bye y'all.